Hi and welcome to this video. Well, in the last video, we learned about the int data type and we saw this table which provides specific information for the int data type. So here you might be wondering where this big range, which is of order of 2 billion, comes from. To calculate that, you must know the size of the data type. In our case, the int data type has the size of 4 bytes, as you can see in the second column. Now let us understand some basic about storage units. So the smallest unit of data that can be stored in a computer is called a bit. A bit can contain one of the two allowed values, which are 0 and 1. Hence, one bit can contain either 0 or 1. Now, since bit is too small to deal with, we have a greater unit which is known as a byte. A byte consists of 8 bits. Now, as we saw in the last slide, the int data type has a size of 4 bytes. Hence, it will take 4 into 8 bits, that is 32 bits, to store a single int value. Now, since a bit can store either 0 or 1, there are two possibilities per bit, and hence there are 2 raised to 32 possible combinations for 32 bits. Now 2 raised to 32 is equals to this number which you can see on your screen. It is in the order of 4 billion. So there are 4 billion integer values allowed to be stored in the int data type. But the int data type also allows to store negative integers. Hence, half of the numbers in 2 raised to 32 numbers are positive and the other half are negative. Hence, there are 2 raised to 31 positive numbers and 2 raised to 31 negative numbers. Now since 0 is also counted in the int data type, we have one less positive number. That is, we have 2 raised to 31 minus 1 positive numbers and 1 0. Now 2 raised to 31 is 2,147,483,648, which is the smallest negative number you can store in the int data type. And the largest positive number is 1 less than this number because one combination of bits is allocated to store 0. So this is how that range was calculated in the table which you saw earlier in this video. Now let us calculate the range of other data types also. Now a char takes up 1 byte in computer memory. Hence it takes 8 bits in memory. Now since there can be two possible values for each bit, we have 2 raised to 8 bit combinations. Hence, total number of values that can be stored in a char data type is 256. Now, a char can be unsigned or signed, and depending upon that, its range can be 0 to 255 or minus 128 to 127 respectively. Now, both float and double allows decimal values to be stored in memory. This complicates things in how the range are calculated. And calculating the range for these two data types is out of the context of this course. Although, if you are curious to learn, then you can click this link to learn more about them. The link will be given in the video description. So I hope that you are now comfortable in finding the range for a given data type. So thanks for watching. Meet you in future video.